Hi guys, I'm just going to really quick go through the puzzles that I use and the methods that I use for those puzzles that I actually compete with. So start out small, 2x2. There is not a different 2x2 in my opinion. The Rubik's one is terrible. This is an Ishin. So, and for the method that I use Ortega. So what I do is I notice this bar here and I notice this up here. So I go ahead and make one layer, not necessarily solve it correctly, just make a layer. Then the top is to be yellow. In this case, the top's going to solve itself just because I recognize that. So I go over here and I do my PLO. Now, that's not going to happen every time. Usually what ends up happening is this. I'll show you a typical solve using Ortega. Typical solve using Ortega. Notice the bar once again. Go ahead and make my first layer. Sorry, slipped a little. So noticing that that's first layer, second layer, notice this case. Go ahead and make my top layer, and then I look at the two sides, and then I do this algorithm in this case to solve the pieces. So yeah, that's how I do 2x2. That's Ortega. 3x3, I use a Type A from Puzzle Pros. It's really fast, really smooth, and I really like it. Method I use for any 3x3 is CFOP, cross, first two layers, OLL, PLL. If I don't know the OLL, I'll use 2Look. Otherwise, yeah, just a regular OLL, PLL. Backup cube is actually a store-bought. This is how nice it turns out of the box. Like, this is a store-bought cube. Keep that in mind. This is how it turned out of the box. I have not sprayed this with anything. So, yeah, this will definitely be a great cube once I lube it up. For one-handed, I use a Type F from Cube for You, just solely because when I bought this, I sprayed it and it filled in the cracks for the center caps. So I can't really use it for two-handing. I mean, I can, and I could use this as a backup too, but it pops like crazy. So I have to turn it really slow. Yet I can still average every now and then. On a good day, I can still actually get a sub 20 average with this, just because it forces me to look ahead. But for one-handed, what I actually do is I make an extended cross, because I can look ahead that much better, because I'm turning it one-handed, so it's a lot slower. And then fill in these two pieces and make my extended cross. Fill in the other three F12 slots. And then on the top, I actually do something a little different. I do something similar to Throst's video, if you've ever seen that. I just get the cross on top, make sure I see this piece here or this piece here. It doesn't really matter which one. And then I go ahead and I just do soon or anti-soon until I get a soon or anti-soon OLL case. And then I go ahead and do that. And in this case, I just got a PLL skip, PA-me. But yeah. That's my one-handing. 4x4, use M Efforts, white. Everyone knows what this is. For my backup, I actually use an Ishin, but the centerpiece came out, so I don't really even bother carrying it around because I can't use it in any competition. 5x5, use a V-Cube. Yeah, no other 5x5, honestly. Yeah, it's broken in, turns great. And backup is an Ishin that I loosen to the point that it cuts corners, and then I lubed it up to the point that it's still really fast. So yeah, this is my 5x5 backup anyway. 6x6. This is a modded V-Cube 6 using the V-Cube, using the Me, Myself, and Pi mod. It could be better. I can mod this a lot better, so I'm probably going to go through the trouble of making it better. 7x7, V-Cube 7. I wish there was a mod that would stop this from popping as much, but there isn't, so I guess I just break it in until it stops. Yeah, V-Cube 7. So for the 7x7, 6x6, 5x5, and 4x4, I use reduction. Basically, I'll show you on the 4x4 so you can understand it a little bit better. I go through and I get the center piece, the center. I have a tutorial on this. I make the centers, pair up the edge. Pair up the edges actually. See, for example, red and black, there's going to be two red and black pieces. So pair those up and then turn the outside, treat it like a 3x3, and solve parity if necessary. That's how I solve all four of these cubes. Square one. This is a puzzle type. I don't know what type it is. It's from Puzzle Pros. It's a DIY. Yeah, it turns nice. I'm looking into getting one from Cube for You. For the method, make it into a square. Orient corners, orient edges, permute corners, and then permute edges. Vandenberg system, just use the algorithms from Dan Cohen's website, because he's insane and awesome. What else do I have? Megaminx, This is an MF8, and for the Mega Mix, I solve it using the same method that Eric Ackersegg, Eric Ackersegg uses this. For as far as Yu Nakajima, I don't really do corner permutation. I do edge orientation on the top, like I do OLL, and for PLL, I permute the edges, and then for corners, I just use commutators. Like I just shift corners around, like this. Like instead of doing a 3-cycle algorithm, I just do a 3-cycle like that. So that's how I solve the Mega Mix. For the clock, I use the Bachmann method. I don't really know of a different brand clock, so yeah. For clock, I use the Bachmann method. Make the cross on one side, make the cross on the other side, solve your corners, and line everything up to 12, and when you line it up to 12, the other side solves itself. The only other event that I possibly would compete in is 3x3 blindfolded, and for that, I'd just use this cube. And for the magic, I have the magic upstairs, but this one of the strings snapped, I actually realized, so I can't really compete with it. So when I buy new magic, it's just going to be a regular store-bought. It's going to be like one of the same ones that like Patrick Jameson has, or like a lot of people have now, not the black one, like the one that has like the red and green background with the silver rings. Yeah, that one. That's the one I use. So yeah, these are the puzzles that I use. And as far as speed solving the magic goes, there's really only one fast way to do it. So yeah. So these are the puzzles that I use, and those are the methods that I use. Thanks for watching. Bye.